Hello, my Flat Earth family. This is Marilyn's spirit level, and it was right, and then I turned it on, and there we go. So, I am doing this video because I have been watching some videos, and I said enough is enough. So, I need to call your attention to these things, and I wanted to do this alone and not bring it on the show on Sunday morning, the Flat Earth Teachers, but I may bring it up just in case you haven't seen this yet. So, here are the 3 videos that I think are important to take a look at. So let's go to the first one, which is down here at the bottom. Okay, and that's open here, and it's called The Plain Truth Open Discussion with Dean from UK. So let me move this over here a little bit and line this up. Okay, so here we have The Plain Truth, and I know this guy, Travis, and so he has responded to something I said. So this is just some guy, a globehead from the UK. And I'm going to tell you what's going on here is that I'm finding out that there are people, and I'm going to call them trolls. These trolls just go around, look for flat earthers, and try to befriend them and say, oh, let's just do this fun thing together. We'll find the truth and we'll really, make some headway here. And, as flat earthers, we think, oh, yeah, I could do something real exciting and, really make some, some discovery. Maybe I could, be the first one to have a globe head change to a flat earther on the internet, like have it come real and live, and wouldn't that be exciting? Oh yeah, okay, well, guess what? I think all of us have thought that at one point, and I'm coming to the conclusion that this is not going to happen. These people are coming and befriending us on purpose to try to derail us. And I have learned the hard way, and I am still very suspicious of people that I have let into my life. I no longer tell people where I'm going to be going to do my flat earth teaching, because I think they have sent out people to disrupt. So I'm just not doing that. So let's go on to this video here, and I want you to see the comments that I made, and then you can look at things with a more critical eye. This is what I'm trying to teach you, is how to have a critical eye. And don't be so trusting, and don't be, taken advantage of. My first comment was, I made this video of the same subject. And I put the name of it in here, the Flat Earth PA, ACNJ, 8 of 8, 10th of February 19, which was this year. And let me see if I can see it right here on this. Down here it is. Let me get it up here. Now, this is something very, very important I want you to notice. There, see, now I am, in this video, I'm going through the whole thing and showing how the mirroring effect, and I caught a lot of things. And look what I do with this string here. I have a piece of string. I think that's what's happening here. See, I'm moving. Perspective is giving it an angle. I'm moving the string on and off of the screen, trying to identify where the mirroring effect is. And I was told that this was very effective, and they really liked that. So I'm going to encourage you to look, there's a string. I put it up on the screen again. You know, try to find where that mirroring effect starts. So this is what I'm going to be talking about. And this is the video. I'll move it up here so you can see the bottom of it. Flat Earth PA ACNJ 8 of 8, 10 February 19. That's how I try to label my videos so you know what you're looking at. Okay. So there's the video with the link. And then let's go down here and see what my comments were. Now, Travis, the Plain Truth, made the first comment at 17 minutes 09. The point comes to my mind right now, yada, yada. So read his comment, and then I start with my comments. My comments are right here. Why are you talking to this guy? Like, I could tell right away that, well, no, not right away. I could tell there was something wrong going on here. And I waited and waited, and when you first hear things like that don't sound right, you just give it a little time and you try to think, well, is there something to this? You know, try to evaluate, be critical of what you're hearing and listening to, and see if you can figure out what you're listening to. Okay. So, so I asked him, why are you talking to this guy? So I had figured it totally out by then. Okay, at 25 minutes, the angles do change. So this is what I'm going to come back here and show you guys. All right. Now, that's at 24:13. So we'll come back to that. I wanted to bring this up and show you how he did this. And he's so freaking deceptive. Uh-oh. Oh, I'm not getting it right on. There, that's the clearest one I can get. Okay. So, what he's showing here is that these two people here, these are two people, and they're standing the same distance. This guy's standing at a higher point than this guy. This is a building they're looking at in the distance, and they're on a flat surface. Notice that. So here, this guy is looking from the top to the bottom of the building, and this guy is also looking from the top to the bottom of the building. That means that their angle, since they're at the same distance, their angle is exactly the same. And he just labeled it as 10 degrees. Okay, so yeah, they're at the same angle. But watch what he does now. What did I say it was, 24:13? He puts a curve, because of course he's a glober. He puts a curve in there first off, and then he says, look at the guy down here. He looks from here and then to the top of the building. But this guy at the top, he's looking from the top and all the way down to the bottom. But then he's saying that they're the same angle. No, they're not. This guy down at the bottom, he's not seeing this part of the building, if it were a curve. But they're not the same angles, because this guy's a shorter distance. Even though they're at the same distance away, he's seeing only this much of the building, where the other guy is seeing this. But see, this is his deception that he's doing here. These are not the same angles, and he's saying they are. So let's go back down to my comments. Now, of course, if I'm wrong about any of this, please put a comment there for me. Okay? Now, 2650, the ship is hidden by a freaking wave. This is not the same as the city being hidden. What are you doing, Travis? Why are you giving this guy airtime? He's a globalist. Why are you doing this? So this is what I'm figuring out, is that these people are coming on, trying to befriend us, getting airtime, getting us distracted. That's what they want. They want us to be distracted, doing experiments. And yeah, I think all of us ought to do one experiment. But then we need to get our butts out there on the street and start teaching everybody. We ought to be teaching now. I was teaching a whole freaking year before I did an experiment this February, that Atlantic City to New Jersey, Wildwood to Atlantic City video. So you've got to get out there on the street and start teaching. Do not be distracted and thinking you have to do an experiment. You don't have to do that. We have enough evidence, guys. We've got to get out there and reach these people who want to be reached, the ones that are supposed to. There are actually people who are out there who are supposed to find out about this. And it is our job to bring this to them so that they can know. So what are you doing sitting here on this internet? I'm planning. I've already been out twice, 3 times this year. Come on, get out there. Went and did some reconnaissance today, where I'm going to go next week. It's good to do a little trip ahead of time and find out where to go park, what's the lay of the land, all that kind of stuff. So, yeah. All right, 2719 right there. It says, you said a possible approach? So you think there's a possibility we live on a globe? Really, Travis? So I'm just questioning him. You got to watch what you say to these people. Do not agree with anything. They want to talk you in circles. They're doing it on purpose. So don't take offense at this, Travis. I'm just saying for everyone to watch out about these kinds of people. Now he's flat out lying at 2730. He has no data on ships disappearing. My mother used to say, rise above it. When you're in like an argument with somebody or a discussion and it's like you're not like quite sure what's going on, rise above it. If you're in a heavy argument, rise above it. Because the reason you can't see clearly is because there's too many emotions going on. When you rise above it, you are getting yourself out of the middle of the conversation. You're pretending like you're floating above, and you can say person A said this to person B, and then person B said this or did this. You can evaluate a conversation in your mind like that. You can even write things down. And this is what I'm doing. I'm writing these things down at the minute. And it's very easy to see when you are not emotional about it. Now, Travis, I'm giving him all this credit here because he's in the middle of this conversation with this guy. And he's trying to, be smart. And this guy is just talking in circles and circles and lying and coming back. And Travis is sitting there thinking, what's this guy saying? Was it me? Was I the one who was wrong? Didn't I hear him say this before? All these things are going through your mind. You cannot see it because he's got you going in circles. There's even a song about that. I got you going in circles, So you got to get out of the middle of the conversation. You've got to rise above it. And Travis, I hope you watch this and look at my comments. Don't take them as I'm hating on you or anything like that. I want you to see what's happening here with this guy. And I really want you to avoid this guy because he's nothing but trouble. So he just wants to get you doing things and not doing things. He wants you not doing what you're supposed to be doing. And that is out there hitting the streets. So here we go. I'm going to listen to see how you correct this guy at the end. See, I'm hoping that this is what's going to happen. 34, he is controlling this conversation, still waiting for the punchline. Yep. So you got to see that this guy is controlling the conversation. And you can't allow anybody to do that. If they're going to come on your show, you've got to totally always be in control of the conversation. And this guy is definitely in control. And he's just doing double talk. They love the double talk. He's going to talk in circles. He's going to say things that contradict himself. He's going to lie, flat out lie, without thinking any conscience of it. He has no conscience. You got to see, these trolls have no conscience. They are not like you and me. They are doing a job. They are playing a role. They're all actors. They play a role. So this is what they're doing. The guy's really well-practiced manipulator. He sounds educated because he is. He's educated in deception. He's dishonest. Oh, he can predict. He's a god. And I was kind of like joking there, laughing. But no, he can predict. Like he's like, really, he's smarter than everybody I know. You know, like he's God. Okay, 44, 45. He's just smacked you in the face here. He mocked you. Do you plan on talking with him again? I wouldn't. I've been smacked plenty of times. I've been mocked plenty of times. So don't take this personally, Travis. I'm just saying this is what I see. Okay, so then Travis responds to me, Marilyn, spirit level. No, Marilyn, spirit level. I just meant you can't say that is why. That's all. So I'm not sure what he's saying there. Quite. At minute 45, and I got to correct that. He said, we can control all that in an experiment. He's full of crap. None of this can be controlled. Oh, he wants to be thought of as a god. So evident here. He said, reality doesn't matter. The model fits is what matters. That's what he's saying. You got to go there and listen to him. And then recognize it. Recognize what's going on here. 49-20. Ha. Now he can't predict it. See? As soon as Travis said, well, wait a minute. Then he says, oh, well, we can't do that. Well, wait a minute. You just said you could. What a BS slinger. A typical glowhead troll. He's a troll. Okay, 51-20 says a ship will still go over the horizon when seen from a higher vantage point. No. It won't go over any horizon. It won't go over the curve. That's crazy. This guy is just a skillful deceiver. I am hearing you challenge him, which is a good thing. I was concerned. See, when you're too patient, I get a little concerned. My position is not to give these deceivers any airtime. Please write up that this is an expose piece. Make sure your subs do not think that you agree with any of this BS. Love the idea of a drone. See, and he said, no, don't get a drone. You got to climb up that mountain. Nope. Get the drone. You know why? Because you can go up and you can come back down. You can go up and you can come back down. And it will show exactly why the angular resolution, the mirage effect, it will show that perfectly. And that's what I did in my Atlantic City, New Jersey video. So, let me see. My conclusion is please write down what he says and how he says it. He double speaks. The way to get these guys is to let them trip themselves up all on their own. Take their own words and parse them out to reveal that he is contradicting himself. There might be a transcript feature on this video that you can print out and then take each sentence and see what he is saying. Don't try to understand what he's saying. See, if you try to follow him, he's going to get you going in circles. Just look at his words. I have done many hours of transcript work to do this efficiently. As you can see, this is what is necessary to capture a deceiver in action. Now, even at the end, he's still telling you he can predict and recreate it, but he just said he can't recreate it. Listen to his words. I would never speak to this deceiver again. I have a group of science guys who invited me in, and they are all the same way. Watch my video above. and get a string and do what I did with the string. Let me see. Please watch my video and show it to him, even though it wouldn't matter. He doesn't care. Okay. We have to be more discerning. And here's where I'm calling somebody a name. I've labeled him a name and I'm sticking to it. But Mark the Marshmallow Sergeant has been doing disrespectful to flat earthers interviews. I want to eliminate the disrespect to truthers. Don't participate in that. This dean is a mocker. He doesn't know anything, even though he pretends to dazzle you with his fancy footwork. I don't even think his name is Dean. I think he just wants you to think of in your mind the dean of a college or something. He is flying like a butterfly and stinging like a bee right in the heart of the flat earth community. The Globers will never relent. Don't think you will ever get one to turn over. Their job is just to confound and confuse us. Don't give them an audience. Just look for those who are sincere. There are plenty out there who are supposed to hear this message. And that's what we are supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be reaching the ones who are supposed to hear this message. So let's go to number 2, the Logan Paul face there. Future proves. Here it is. Future proofs past. Logan Paul edition. Oh, cancel. Okay, I don't know why that was going to the next one. Okay, it says Stinky Cash on there. I'll let you see that. That's what this video is. Here, let me turn it off before it just goes crazy on me again. I want you to watch this video because I think it's good. I said it myself, and this is my comment on this video. I thought the same thing right after it happened, and what else is connected to this? What else happened as a result of Logan Paul being at the Flat Earth Conference? And then, what happened after that? And then, undone as if it never happened. Got a little heart. Isn't that cute? And then somebody else commented. They liked that comment. And that was only 4 hours ago. So, yeah, I would watch that video. I liked it. Okay. Now here's the Marshmallow Mark Sargent video that I watched. This was the first one that I had watched in this series of 3. But I wanted to put it on last in my comments here. So, here is Flat Earth Clues interview, 2/18, Australian University, Mark, the Marshmallow Sergeant. So, here is my comment. Starts here and goes all the way down to there. There. And it is there. And now you have it, in case it gets erased. I'm leaving these comments here as a teaching tool. Okay? These are examples that many people are making, not just Mark Sargent, Marshmallow Sergeant. We need to get better at handling the press. And this is not the first time I have said this. We need to have more experience in handling the press. And guess what? We need to be in charge. If somebody's going to interview us, it doesn't put them in charge. That's what you have to know. Just because they're the press, they're asking questions, that doesn't mean they're in charge. You have to be in charge. You have to be in control of that interview. Do not think that you're going to sit there, and this is something I had to learn. You're not going to sit there and just be at the mercy of their questions. If they ask an improper question, then you address it. Do not try to answer an improper question. You are condemning yourself, and if you're answering as a flat earther, you are condemning the flat earth community along with you for answering an improper question. So do not do it. Okay? So we need to get better at handling the press. Some of us are trying to be nice, and we are putting ourselves and the rest of the Flat Earth community in a horrible position. This interviewer never did any research. So she is a supremacist. She thinks of herself as superior since she is in the majority. And you're going to run into those people all the time. At least if you're out there doing what you're supposed to be doing, which is talking to people you don't know and those who don't know Flat Earth. So get your butts out there and start talking to everybody. All right, here we go. Minute 17:33. You have to listen to this interview. And then when you get to 17:33, listen to that and then go to, this is how you do it. You go up to 18:56, stop it. Then go back and read my comment. Or read my comment before you get there. That's fine. Why didn't you stop her on the Flat Earth Society? And there was another debate you had where you agreed with the gravity. What are you doing? How can you allow her to segregate us from normal mainstream society? The Flat Earth community is nothing more than people who want truth. Why don't you challenge those who are satisfied with lies? Okay, so Marshmallow did another interview. It was called a debate. It was Mark Sargent versus astrophysicist. And there was some guy, what was his name? Oh, I don't remember. Some black guy sitting in the middle of a tall chair, and Mark Sargent was on the left on a tall chair, and this Christian astrophysicist was on the right in a tall chair. And they were just sitting there like three guys in these tall chairs. I didn't like the setup at all. I don't think I would have agreed to that. But so anyway, Mark Sargent did not question this gravity thing. The Christian astrophysicist says, well, we don't agree with gravity in the same way. So even he was more on top of that than Marshmallow was. Come on. Okay, so 1856. Religious extremists? This is what she's saying. So when these things come out of her mouth, what was my comment? Shut her down. My gosh. We have Logan Paul and Behind the Curve to deal with. So we have these extremists. We have these Logan Pauls coming into our community. He's definitely a liar. Logan Paul's a liar. And he's a mocker. And so that's who we have to deal with. Come on. So we are not the extremists, and we certainly are not religious. So come on. All right, 3408. It's extreme. How can you even let that go unchallenged? Marshmallow, come on. You don't challenge those who go along to get along. You don't challenge those who have sold their soul for money. You don't challenge the schools that are telling lies to children. The schools are abusing our children. Lying to children is child abuse. Right, you don't have children. Come on, Marshmallow. Let's go. Something's going on here. You got to get with the program, Marshmallow. I'm going to turn this down. Thank you. Okay. So, where was I? Okay. 41. Now you're allowing her to put us in the same category with child molesters. Why are you allowing her to put us on the fringe? This girl didn't learn anything. You went along with her mindset. We are just nice, crazy people to her. She asked, what if we find out in 20 years the earth is really flat? And you presume to speak for us? Correct her thinking. She's wacky. Okay, I think she said, what if we find out in 20 years the earth is really flat? So, okay, listen, little girl. Now, you're going to sit there and wait for 20 years to do any research on this? Come on. Really? Hold on now. I gotta shut this window because the dog is barking. Okay. So she's going to wait for 20 years before she looks into flat Earth, right? That's what she's saying. What do you mean? It's going to take 20 years? Come on, girl. Get with the program, girl. Get some integrity, little girl. Get some guts about yourself. Why are you going to wait 20 years? She openly admits that she's gay, which I don't know what that has to do with anything. Maybe she doesn't want to find out that the Earth is really flat. That might change her thinking on some things. Who knows? Okay, 4930. Mark, there is a North Pole. If you are considering, maybe you haven't watched any of my videos, I don't know. But if there's an electromagnetic torus field where the center is coming out of the North Pole, and then it comes up and hits the dome and goes around, and it goes to the other pole, which is the South Rim. The South Rim is a pole. Marshmallow. Okay, 55. Community prejudice? Why is this a question? Straighten her out. You never had a threat? That's very interesting. Eric Dubé had many death threats. Okay? I've even had some threats to me. And who am I? Choo-wee. All right. 101:16. Started out good, but then 103:16. Black hole is a picture of a supernova from 1987. Supernovas do not exist. Why would you say that? I was told that black hole picture was the eye of Sauron. Is that who it was? Sauron from the Lord of the Rings? Kind of looks like that. Yeah. Let me see. 104:30. Aliens. Do you believe in aliens? But they are not from another planet. You do believe in aliens, but they're not from another planet. So that's good. That's okay. Good. So aliens? But then he says, well, at 1:15, and I'm just saying these are comments because these are like personal things that I don't know. He talks about a remote tribe. Would they be more open to flat Earth? Well, good answer, a snow globe. But then you talked about our tools getting better. Does that mean that, like, tribes are not as intelligent because they don't have computers? I don't know. I think the ancients were actually far superior to our intelligence. I think they knew truly what was going on, what our realm was all about. I think they had levitation. I think they knew all about the secrets of the ancients. And they don't need computers because they were very, very smart, like a computer. You bet. I think they had a lot going on. If you watch Flat Earth British and start looking into Antiquitech and the old structures and how there were energy collectors and all the things that they're finding now with the mud flood idea, looking into those buildings, how the stones were moved, how they were cut, all the ley lines, I think that is excellent research that we're doing there. Global Vision is another one. UAP, it's another channel I've watched. Barnabas Nagy. Yeah, there's a bunch of channels out there that are doing these. Philip Drusenin. Yeah, they're doing these research on that. And I think that's good. I think it's far better to watch something like that just to keep up with what they're doing. And I'm not saying that you go and sit there every night and change your focus, because flat earth is the key that unlocks all the doors. You have to get out there and do the flat earth and tell people and get banners from flatearth101.com, because it's so easy when you have a banner. You just hang it there. People are coming up to those banners saying, what is this? And they're easy to teach from. Get a level, stick it on your nose and say, look, anywhere you go, the horizon's right there at your eye level. And don't listen to them when they say, oh, it's slightly below. Don't go for that bullshit. So anyway, where was I? 104. Okay. Remote tribe. Okay. 117. She wants the scientific fact of it. So we all want that. She's looking at the psychological factor. So how long will this take to change the society? My question is, how did we ever get a society that accepts lies? Dear Mark Sargent, you are a marshmallow. I don't accept your tactics as effective. So I want you all to understand, this is not personal. This is professional response to Mark Sargent not stepping up. You got to step up your game, Mark. You're a marshmallow to the core. So how are marshmallows tested in the fire? That's how they get a little crust on them. You need a little crust on you, Mark. You need to stop being so sweet, because it's not working. Just be direct, to the point. That is kind. When you lie to people, you hate them. When you tell them the truth, that's what's loving and kind. So this is my response, and I hope you all watch these videos, look at my comments, and this is why I put them on here, because I didn't know if they would be removed or not. And I wanted you all to see these and start dissecting what you see so you can understand it. You got to do a little bit of dissecting, forensic science. Dissect the videos so you can see what they really are. Do not get in the middle of the emotional aspect. Do not try to understand what they're saying. You will never do it, because they don't even understand it. They're just spewing out this duality. They want you to go in circles. They don't care. They haven't got a conscience. They are actors playing a role. So just dissect it and don't be suckered in. Do not be sucked into the vortex. Okay? All right. And you know what? I'm going to be making mistakes. So don't expect me to be perfect. But I don't think I would have done this. I think I would have been insulted by her questioning. And I think I would have fired one back at her. I would have definitely put her on the defensive. Because I would not have... I was so offended by her questioning. And you know what? When this interview... Before an interview, you always set things up. You ask, what's going to be talked about and this and that. This was not just off the cuff. No, this was set up. Now, how much of it was set up? That's the question you have to ask yourself. Who is this girl? Is she really who she says she is? Is she honest? Is she sincere? Was she asked to do this interview? Or did she do the asking? Did somebody else set this up? I mean, ask yourself all those questions. Do not give your trust away. There are wolves out there in sheep's clothing who will devour you. So be critical, have a critical ear and a critical eye. Love you, Flat Earth family. Be safe out there. Okay. Bye-bye.